Hello and welcome back to the Raising Trailblazer Kids podcast, where we discuss all things parenting while raising our amazing human beings. Welcome. Today's topic is balance. I had a conversation with somebody this week actually, and the person, a lovely lady, she was like, how do you get how are you getting the balance right? How are you making it work with two children? And I literally had to look at her like, does it look like I'm getting it right from the outside? Because it doesn't feel that way internally. And I think, especially as mums, we have this thing of, in our minds, we're not. And we forget that from the outside, people are looking in like, wow, they're smashing it. They're doing great. But it's understanding that I'm not sure there's any moment where, as a parent, you feel like you've got it all together. I don't know if there ever is a moment in time when you feel like you've got it all together. Maybe when they're adults, or maybe that comes with a whole new spectrum of things that you have to deal with. But I think giving yourself grace is one way to balance things, and also allowing yourself to, when you wear multiple hats, sometimes it can feel like I have to be 100% on in every area at every moment. And sometimes it doesn't look like that. If I'm perfectly honest, I am speaking from myself. I wear a few different hats. I am a mum, I'm a wife. Me and my husband are both in ministry, so we do a lot church-wise. We have our businesses, like we have a lot of different hats that we're wearing. And sometimes, if I'm honest, it feels like I'm 80% with one hat, 50% with another hat, maybe 95% with another hat. And I think it's allowing that, giving yourself grace with that, and being like, okay, this week, maybe my priority is family, and my priority is rest and quality time and planning and setting aside board game time or baking time with the girls, doing things like that. But the next week, actually, it might be quite heavily business focused, and I have to film a lot, and I've got a lot of products to get out, and I have to talk with manufacturers. But it's understanding that you are allowed to give yourself grace with that. Don't feel like you have to be 100% with all the hats that you wear at all times, because you almost put yourself under this pressure and this weight that nobody else is holding you to. It's literally you that feels like I have to be on top of everything in every moment. And that's not to say that you let things drop, because I'm still a wife, I'm still a mum. So there's certain responsibilities that aren't going to go away, that are constantly there. But it's also knowing, okay, let me plan out my month, for example, so that I know that I'm giving quality time to my husband, quality time to the girls, quality time to my business, quality time to ministry, and I'm not feeling overwhelmed by it all. Because I think the most important thing in trying to get the balance right is to not allow ourselves to get overwhelmed. Because I can only speak for me. I feel like when I get to that point of overwhelm, it's almost like I can't do anything. And at that point, realistically, I'm no use to anybody, because then I spend a day being like, I should do this. I know I need to do this. This is on my to-do list, but I'm procrastinating just because of the overwhelm. Whereas like, actually, if I addressed this a couple of days ago or a month ago or a couple of weeks ago and said, actually, this is okay that I'm spending more time here, or I'm doing more of this, I'm going to make up for it here, it wouldn't get to that point of overwhelm. So that was my encouragement to the person I was talking to, is you're doing an amazing job for one, but it's always going to look like from the outside that somebody else is getting it right and you're not, So I think it's giving yourself that grace, that balance is something that is going to be up and down. You might not be 100% at all times, but giving yourself that grace and planning accordingly so that you're spending time with the ones you love, you're spending time doing business, and you're not feeling overwhelmed. So that's today's encouragement. Give yourself grace. You're wearing so many hats. Do not feel like you have to get it right all the time, or you have to be 100% switched on all the time. Plan your time. Plan your time with your family. Plan your time with business or whatever else it is that you're doing, and give yourself that grace to know that you're doing the best that you can with what you've got. Have an amazing day.